Delhi Crime and Vartika is used as an example.
Yes.
For a path-breaking role and character, and for a woman this age playing this role. Honestly, I'll tell you, Delhi Crime altered my life.
Really?
Yeah, it did. It changed the course of my life. It became a game changer for me. I've been lucky to receive appreciation all throughout, but it wasn't translating into the kind of work I wanted at my age. I mean, some years ago, if anybody was asked, they would say, there's no way a woman in her 40s is going to become the lead. But that happened with DC. They use that as an example. Delhi Crime and Vartika is used as an example.
Yes.
For a path-breaking role and character, and for a woman this age playing this role. So that started translating. Now people are ready to put me up there as a lead, as a parallel lead, as one of the primary characters, not just somebody who's a filler. When we made it, the first one, and I say the same for the second one, we didn't make it with the thought that, oh, this is going to showcase at the Sundance, or oh, Netflix is going to come on board, or oh, it's going to go and win the Emmy. We made it because we were obsessed with it. We were so passionately consumed by this project, all of us, entire cast and crew, that it just became something so special. And the same goes for DC too.
The first season had a crime that I think Indian and globally, they were invested in it. The second season tackles a crime that I'm not very familiar with. So were you guys very aware that you're dealing with a crime that won't have instant connect? Like there was collective outrage for the crime that happened in the first series. The second series, I'm not so sure. How did you guys also tackle that? Saying we don't have an direct advantage, immediate advantage,
No, we don't have direct advantage, but there can't, and I'm so glad there should not be another Nirbhay. The fact that it was so true and honest and raw, and like you very correctly said, there was no frill and fancy attached to it. There was no sensationalizing of the gruesome incident, and it was a part of the story that I had no clue about. Because like everyone else, or most of us, when the crime happened, everyone was angry and pained and frustrated. And the one question that everyone was asking was, why is no one doing anything about this? And when I read it, or when Rishi narrated it to me, I realized there was somebody who did something about it. And not just that, it was a woman who got all those 5 guys in a span of, those 6 guys in a span of 5 days.
Right.
And it was something that I just had to be a part of. It was really as simple as that. There was no, he gave me a 2-minute narration and I said yes.
Generally in series, when you look at investigators, they're always glamorous. But here, you guys just looked overworked and underpaid.
Yeah, because it was the fact.
Right.
I mean, they didn't go back for those 5 days. Nobody went home.
Right. What kind of legwork did you do for that? And does the series actually, do I have to watch the first season to enjoy the second season?
Well, there was a lot of work that went into the research for season 1, and the same has gone into season 2. They're both very different in the nature of crime, in the nature of procedure, as well as the storytelling and the content. Because yes, the germ and the soul of DC doesn't waver at all. But these are 2 different faces of Delhi crime, to put it that way.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not like you have to watch one to pick up the second one. Because the second one kind of, let's put it this way. The first one was, there's crime that happens, and there are these characters who come in and solve that crime. Mm-hmm. Over here, there are the characters and a crime happens and they solve it. Something like this, there is a lot of research that is required on a script level.
For sure.
I can meet 4 people. I can't meet 400. I can go back to records which are maybe a couple of years back. I can't go 20 years ago ke records. Mm-hmm. So the legwork done for both the shows was very strong on paper, in the script, the research put into it. And DC2 is, there was this gang in the 80s and 90s called the Kacha Banyan gang, which brutalized a lot of families. And DC2 is a fictionalized version of that.
I see. Okay.
But obviously, they obviously had to research about how these guys used to function and what happens. And it's also, so during one, of course, I met Chaya Ma'am, because she's the one who cracked the Nirbhaya case. DC2, it's not her. And that's the thing of it, that the characters become real. They become their own people.
Right.
And that is what has happened with Delhi Crime too.
That's true.
But it already happened with DC1. Because I can't fit into her shoes. I can't imbibe a person after meeting her for 2 hours. It's not possible.
True. So,
So we had to make these their own characters. Vatika had to become her own person.